Jake Noecker here with Home of Fight and fresh off of a massive win in Seattle. My man, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. How we doing, Fluffy?
I'm doing good, man. Just trying to re-heal this body back up and get right back to work.
And I mean, my most important question, obviously, how was the bud in Seattle? Did it live up to the expectations?
It was good. It was good, but man, down here we got fucking great weed in Cali.
Oh,
You know
you're
what
in
I mean? I'm
Cali.
sponsored.
Yeah.
I'm sponsored by Lumpies, bro, and we got plenty of great weed in California. You know what I mean? But it was good. It was good. Not mad about it.
I'm in Philly, so I don't get the luxury of that beautiful Cali and Washington stuff. So I have to ask.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you gotta try it. You gotta try
Hey,
it.
so I told you I'll get out there and we'll make it official someday. But
Sounds good.
before the fight, I loved on stage at the ceremonials. You gave Brendan's daughter, or you at least tried to give a little fist bump, a
Yeah.
handshake. Didn't
No,
really
for
get
sure.
reciprocated, but
Bro, she's
how?
probably terrified. She's
Oh yeah,
probably
obviously, yeah.
terrified.
Like, I would have been, but like
Oh,
you,
for sure.
you got a family. Like, how do
Yeah, no,
you
for sure.
in that moment? Like, obviously, you're there, you're in it. How
Yeah.
do you separate that immediately afterwards and right before a fight to then just go be a human and actually say hello to his children?
Man, I got kids too. You know, I got nothing but respect for Brandon Allen. And like at the end of the day, it's me and him are here to make money for them. You know what I mean? So like, it's like that was his coach, I would have shook his coach's hand. You know what I mean? Like it's all respect. It's all I'm about. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, it's a little girl. I'm gonna come shake her hand. But dude, she looked like so starstruck. Like she was so just scared to even throw the hat when he gave her the hat. And I was like, oh, she's probably terrified. Poor little thing.
Did you get the
But
handshake in after the fight?
no, but Brandon hit me up and he apologized. I'm like, oh, dude, don't worry about it.
It's
She's
cool,
probably
man.
terrified. You know what I mean? She's probably terrified, poor little girl. I'm like, no,
Twitter,
dude, it's all good, man.
Twitter
But
idiots don't make it a thing. It's like, dude, she's like
uh,
4. What do you
people
want?
have nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? It's like you're really gonna try to like this little kid's trying to fucking disrespect me. No, she's terrified, poor thing.
No,
She's a sweet little kid. Yeah.
that was great, man. I love that you did that. I'm more of a fan of the camaraderie rather than the, Khabib Connor type of shit, personally.
Yeah, no, same, likewise, likewise. I'm like, bro, I don't want crazy beef like that because if we have beef like that, it's gonna be real. You know what I mean? Like,
Let's keep it a
not about
sport,
no.
right?
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%.
I mean, it still gets real in there, though. Like, you just
No,
fought
yeah,
through a messed up rib off of antibiotics. You came off the performance, said
dude.
it wasn't your best. I mean, even though you got the dominant win. So, like,
No, for sure.
tell me
I,
about
I
that, the rib antibiotics. What was going on?
it's just like like what is it? I messed up my floater rib, like got body locked wrestling. You know what I mean? It's like a normal thing, just is a shitty timing thing. Happened 2 weeks before. And I was like, motherfucker, this is not what I need. You know what I mean? But I had a full camp already, so I knew I was in shape. So I was like, well, the first time I fought him, I was hurt and I wasn't in shape. I was like, at least this time I'm in shape and hurt. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit better at least. You know what I mean? Like, I think I could break him again. You know what I mean? And that's just what we went with. So it worked out in my favor. Probably wasn't the smartest thing I could have done, but it secured my number 9 spot. You know what I mean? And yeah, so now it's like, give me someone who's going to get me a title shot. Like, for real. You know what I mean? I'm done just hanging out.
And I'll ask you about some specific names in a couple minutes. But the antibiotic thing, that's a common story in MMA,
Dude,
UFC. Fighters fighting on antibiotics. I train a little bit. I don't understand how you actually go out there and fight a fight on
bro.
antibiotics, man. It
You
kills you.
say,
Like, was that your first time?
you say a prayer real quick and you send that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Especially
no,
with
but
your style, bro.
I
It's
felt like
crazy.
trash. I'm not gonna lie. But that's like towards the end, it was like I felt like I was hugging more, but I felt like I didn't have anything in my forearms and shit. And I was like, fuck, bro, I just can't lose position. I was like, I just can't lose the position realistically, and like that, it kills me because I like to go for the finish. You know what I mean? I like to have exciting fights, but it's like, well, I'm sorry, but I almost didn't make it, guys, and I hope you enjoyed what I could
You
do. You
dug
know what I
deep,
mean?
bro. You
Like,
dug deep.
yeah, no, I had to for sure.
And like, are you good now? Back to training fully for the most part?
So no, because since I hurt my weeks 2 weeks before, it's like when I fought was the 3 week like healing mark,
Hmm.
and then I fucked it up worse because the fight.
Obviously, yeah.
So now I'm back to in 2 weeks I should be able to start drilling again and like at least training like so I'm just right now it's just get back to cardio and ride the bike and start lightly touching mitts because still like I mean you turn your core to punches. You're the best. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. So you know what I
And
mean? Just I'm
on
in no
broad,
rush.
You don't need to be in a rush. And like I said, in a couple seconds, we'll get to the middleweight division, but there's a lot of open spots right now, which is great. Um, you now hold the record for most takedowns in the middleweight division. Did you even know you were like contending
Dude,
for that?
no, I didn't. My wife actually told me like, actually, she told me like leading up to the fight that I had a lot of takedowns. Cause she like super looks into stat. My girl
Oh
like is
yeah.
fanatic UFC like person like that. Looks into stat and like I didn't even know it was a thing. You know what I mean? Like that they had stats like all that type of stuff. But no, it's cool to see. I was like, dude, fuck yeah. And like to think that I started off as a striker and now I have the most takedowns is crazy to me. You know what I mean? It's like it just shows that I've evolved in the sport.
And are you needing, or at least really wanting, a 5 rounder next?
Oh, I would love one because that just solidifies that I'm champion material. You know what I mean? If I can push a hard five, then like what are you guys denying? You know what I mean?
Well, and people, fans all over, they're like, dude, you're the perfect 5 round fighter. They want to see you in a 5 round fight. You melt people with your pace and your gas tank. So, like, do you agree with that? You think you'd actually be better off in a 5 round fight,
Oh,
maybe?
I think I would definitely do a lot better in a 5 round fight. You know what I mean? It's like you get time to wear on people, and that my style, like I break people in about 3 rounds. So 2 rounds, you know what I mean? They're hating their life a little bit. Like 4 and 5 are my fucking rounds. You know what I mean? That's like I feel like 4 and 5 I can get a lot of finishes in. Obviously, I have to continue to get better in my growth in my areas, but I feel like fourth and the fifth round I can get a lot of finishes if I can continue to break these guys. So yeah, no, I definitely want 5 rounds.
And I know your thing right now is give me whoever's going to get me that title fight. I don't care who it is, but it's my job to help figure out who it's going to be. So
No, of course.
I'm going to give you the names of the available top 8 middleweights. Okay.
Yep.
You tell me who you think the best 1 or 2 names would be to fight right now in your position. Okay.
Okay.
So we got Jared Cannonier, Kyle Bohayo, Robert Whittaker, Adesanya, Khamzat Chimaev, Sean Strickland, and now Nasruddin Imavov, who's now all the way up there.
I mean, fuck all those guys. All those guys would be good because I feel like every single one of those guys has either fought for a title or right. So I mean, fuck.
Or they're about to at least, yeah.
Yeah. Who's it? DDP is supposed to be fighting Kazmat though, right?
That's the rumor, yeah. I mean, Nasruddin Imavov's number 1, so
But
could go
isn't
any,
he
yeah.
supposed to fight Strickland again? Is that
Nasruddin
what
is
I
that
was hearing?
that's also a
No.
rumor right now too, but it's not nothing's
Okay.
official.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I really don't know. I guess whoever's fucking available. I know it's a timing thing, and honestly, it's like whenever my rib is good, and from what I'm hearing is by May I should be able to send like at least start training hard for a fight like in June. So I think you can see me back then, hopefully time wise. I don't know. Whoever one of those guys though is available, and that makes sense. I would love to because I think even the Italian guy is fighting
Vittori
Vittori,
and they're fighting. He's
and
fighting
I think
Delize.
he's ahead of me too, right?
Yeah, yeah. Him and Delize, I
Uh,
believe, are both just ahead of you, but they're fighting each other. So
so I guess maybe we even see what happens there. Or yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing because like
it's wide open.
it's such a fucking you know what I mean. Like
Well,
the
do you want
old
to
guys are
know?
kind of getting
You
taken
want to know
out,
what
and
the
the new
fans are pushing for?
what is it?
They're wanting you to fight Whittaker, man. I've seen like 30 or 40 tweets about Fluffy
Oh no
versus
shit.
Whittaker.
I
Yeah,
would love it.
that's
That'd be an honor. He's a G. You know what I mean? He's been in the sport forever. I would love to fight him. That'd be a fun one,
what does a
especially with
five
his
round fight
style.
look like between you two? Yeah, tell me about it.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure I would get hit with some shit because that motherfucker is good and he's been around forever. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think a 5 round would be great because it gives me time to with those hiccup rooms because I've been hit. You know what I mean? Like I've been usually get caught within the first couple seconds. Like it's unfortunate, but that's something that happens. So like someone like him would be. I think 5 rounds would be ideal because I'm definitely have a hiccup room. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a perfect person. I fuck up a
Got to
lot. I'm
settle in
just
a
good
little
at
bit.
like you know what I mean? Exactly. That would be dope. That'd be super dope fight.
And then I don't know if you saw Daniel Cormier talking last week. He said he wants the same for you. He wants you to either take on Robert Whittaker or Adesanya. He said he needs that you need to fight someone. I don't know if he said like real or legit, but like he said, you're deserving of a real top
Yeah.
5 well-known opponent. So like, is he fight?
Well,
Same deal? Do you think that goes
yeah.
down similarly?
I would fucking love that too. Same thing. I would love a fight with him. I mean, the dude's like done some great shit. You know what I mean? He came in here and just wrecked shop, bro. Like to beat someone like that. I mean, that's fucking impressive. You know what I mean? That would be an honor to fight any of those two guys that you just said right now. To be honest, if the timing lines up, I would absolutely love to fucking share the cage with them. Then,
The fan of me likes both those fights, bro. That'd be wicked. Who do
no, for sure.
you think Chimaev can beat DDP, or does DDP's awkward style come out again?
Dude, I think DDP would get him at the gas tank. You know what I mean? DDP is awkward and he's tough, and like he does not give up for fucking shit. So like, you know what I mean? Kazmat, he's tough, but everyone he's fought, 155ers that came up to 170 to fight him, and then he missed weight. So like, I don't know. You know what I mean? That's kind of some bully shit to me personally. Uh, I don't know. I really don't know. I would like to him like Whitaker. He did like that shit was impressive. But I don't think with DDP you're just gonna dog him like that. He's a big, strong motherfucker. You know what I mean? And he keeps proving that he will come forward no matter what. So I mean, I don't know. I think that he's got really good wrestling, and I think that he could gas out Kazmat. To be honest,
We've seen Khamzat gas out what, like round two, round three before in the Whittaker fight, or not the Whittaker fight,
the
Gilbert Burns fight. He
yeah,
was starting to
yes,
go a
yes,
little bit.
yes.
So yeah,
You know what
man,
I mean?
he
That's
might
like a
melt him.
smaller guy that came up. Gilbert is a dog, absolute fucking dog, but it's a smaller guy, and like throwing around fucking a smaller guy and throwing around a fucking 200-pound man is completely different. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Like,
especially MMA pace. It's just so reckless,
for
dude.
no, for damn sure.
So there's one more thing I want to do. Still got like 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
All right. So obviously we're talking about gas tanks here, yours specifically. I do a segment called Pound for Pound Best, right? I like to ask the guys who they think the best is in their realm. I'll do grappling, striking, kickboxing. For you, I want to know who the best pound for pound gas tank in UFC history is. The way I do it is I give you two names. You tell me who's better. That name moves on against the next name I give you, okay?
All right, all right.
And you don't need to give me a super long explanation. You can just give me a name. We can move on. But
Yeah, no, I got
it's
you.
like 10 fighters here, notorious gas tanks. Here we go. Number
Okay,
one, Clay Guida or Diego Sanchez.
shit. Both those guys are fucking
It's going to be a
machines.
hard
Actually,
list. It's going to be a hard list.
that's a hard one. Fuck, I don't know, man. Clay Guida is older.
They're both right around, probably a little bit, yeah. And it's in
Maybe
their
Clay
like,
Guida because he never stops, man. Like he's always like bouncing and going, and it's nonstop with him. I think maybe Clay Guida, but they're fucking both very. That's a hard one.
so Clay Guida moves on, and this, again, pound for pound, meaning during their prime, no weight classes, just gas tank. All right. So
Okay.
Clay Guida or Darren Elkins.
Oh, fuck. Elkins is a machine, bro. His cardio is crazy.
So
I gotta go with Elkins on that one because he comes back stronger like later. It's crazy.
Elkins moving on against another gas tank warrior, Nate the Train Landwehr.
Dude, he's a tough son of a bitch too. God damn, man. Dude, yeah. You definitely were not playing. You did not make this easy. Nate the Tank or man. Who's the first guy?
Darren Elkins, Nate the
Again,
Train.
I'm gonna go with Darren Elkins because that motherfucker keeps coming, bro.
Darren Elkins moving on. What about Darren Elkins or a guy who's fought? This is a legend now. He's fought 10 5-round fights. Frankie Edgar.
I've never really watched Frankie Edgar fight, and
No.
like I haven't seen him to be honest. So I would have to go with the other guy just because I don't know
All right.
honestly.
Well, do yourself a favor. Watch some Frankie Edgar fights. But
Okay.
Nate the Train's moving on. Nate the Train or Nate Diaz.
Probably Nate Diaz because he's a fucking triathlete. You know what I mean, that fool always walking forward.
What about Nate Diaz or Merab Dvalishvili?
Rob, the little guys just they don't stop ever. You know what I mean? Like the little guys have to have way better cardio. I've never seen a stale little guy fight. You know what I mean?
Well, this one might mix it up though because little guy Merab versus big guy Dricus Duplessis.
I still think Marab, he still goes crazy through all the scrambles and stuff. Duplessis is like, don't get me wrong, he's really good, but Marab does not stop ever, ever, ever. You know what I mean? Like respect to him.
All right. Well, can Merab take on a guy who has like 4 or 5 fourth and fifth round finishes in Max Holloway?
I mean, I think so because wrestling's way more exhausting than boxing. You know what I mean? Realistically, when you got to move body weight instead of just poke at it with a 1, 2 punches, I mean, moving the body weight is way harder.
All right.
So,
Well,
bro,
last one. Can Merab be dethroned by Anthony Fluffy Hernandez?
what's his takedown record? I don't know. What is that even like? Can we compare mine and his?
If I get the Google out, yeah, give me a second.
Yeah.
Fluffy Hernandez takedowns. Google AI says 45 takedowns in 10 UFC fights. All right. All right. Let's see what Merab's got. Merab Dvalishvili. His doesn't come up as much, which means I don't. 92 takedowns, my man.
So him. So him for sure. Yeah, it's impressive. I'm gonna catch up. It's impressive though.
Like you said, the little guys, but Merab, pound
Yeah,
for
for
pound
sure.
best gas tank in UFC.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Love it.
sir.
Fluffy man, I appreciate the time as always. Before I get you out of here, anything for the fans?
Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully the next one I'll give you guys a hell of a better show.
Hey, hopefully we get some big fight news soon, dude. You are much deserving of it. But Anthony Fluffy
Thank you, man.
Hernandez, thank you, my man. Kick some ass. All right.
Of course. You have a good one. It's a pleasure, man. Thank you.
You too, bro.